Let me see if everything's all good. Yeah, it looks like I got volume. This is going to be another live stream. As you can see, I have on the stage is Wiz Khalifa doing one of the dumbest things you could ever do. Okay, as you know, let me play some of the clip here and then you guys can decide yourself. Let me go past this and right there. Here we go. Let me make sure the volume's up. Here we go.
To everybody that's tapping in, y'all already know what it is, and y'all know what this is all about, man. And so, if y'all can hear me in the comment section, press 1. Hit 1 if y'all can hear me in the comment section. Got a mic check, 1 2 1 2. Shout out to Terry Porter, Queen of Detroit in the building. KC Classic, A Willie Will.
Okay, let me
Alexander.
stop that. Move it forward a little bit. I want to start right where he talked.
Debonair in the building. Augustus in the building.
Okay.
Say this to everybody that's watching this video. Overseas don't play, man. The rules that they have in the United States is not the jurisdiction that happens when you outside of the
I
country.
agree.
So now, according to reports, Wiz Khalifa has been indicted on drug charges in Romania. Now, this dude,
okay, that's the thing is like, I know you guys are probably just saying, oh, all he did was smoke weed. Let me put Wiz's face back up. You know, all he did was smoke weed or whatever, right? But you have to understand is that other places have their own rules. And when he went to perform, I guarantee you not in the language of the contract that he was given, they say, don't even bring it. Don't even bring or even look like you got weed. If you smoke it here or there, you're going to go to jail just like anybody else. They do this. I bet they even reminded him in person. I bet they reminded him before he got on the plane. I bet they reminded him after he got on the plane. I bet they reminded him when he landed the plane. I bet they reminded him, you know, when he left the plane to go to the hotel. They probably reminded him when he was in the hotel. They probably reminded him when he was leaving the hotel to go to perform. And I guarantee you there was some guy there, some guy there in a nice suit telling him, remember now, you're not supposed to smoke this. You cannot smoke here. We got rules here, blah, blah, blah. And Wiz Khalifa did it anyway. And that's why he's where he's at. That's because the thing is this, they probably have enough, these countries have enough hard enough time, you know, governing their laws too. I mean, so basically the last thing they need is one of their idols or some star breaking laws in their country that they probably already have a hard time, you know, controlling as it is. So you can see how dangerous and bad this can be for that country, that they don't have the kind of capital or the kind of, you know, system to control, you know, people. Next thing they know, 1 week later, everybody's smoking weed and breaking the law all the time. Why is seeking knowledge in the house? Good seeing you. Good seeing you. I mean, it's like this is what bothers me is that, you know, there are times that black men are treated poorly. There are plenty of times. But the thing is that at the same time, why do you want to kind of bring this kind of smoke to you? You know. And this Wiz Khalifa situation to me is a perfect example. I mean, there is no reason for him to have to smoke weed at that time in front of everybody, knowing they probably reminded him like 10 times. They reminded him I know they did. They know he smokes weed, and they know they go, look, man, we don't want you to be arrested. Do not smoke weed, especially in front of people. And he did it anyway. He did it on stage for the whole world to see. Now what happens is that everybody who's going to that country is going to want to smoke weed if they let him slide. If they let him slide. And he knew it. He knew. I'm telling you, everybody, he knew. He knew they didn't want him to smoke weed real bad. I guarantee you there is nothing he can do about this. No, he cannot say they didn't tell me, anything. JG Music in the house. Yeah. Besides, no one wants to smell that crap. Yeah. Look, brothers, if you really want equality, help yourself. There's a point where you just got to say, okay, you know something? I'm not supposed to smoke weed. I'm not going to smoke weed here. I can't say anymore. I mean, what more can one person say? You want to smoke weed at night and then go to work in the morning. Hey, hit that Listerine or whatever y'all do, because I don't smoke weed. I see the value in it, but I don't smoke it. Anyway, that if they can. Why do people pretend they can't smell weed? That you don't smell like weed? Everyone, regardless of race, if you smoke weed, I know. I've only met a very few careful weed smokers in my life, where they literally wash their clothes, they brush their teeth, they gargle and everything, before they go to work. Otherwise, there's always that little small hint, that small smell. And that small hint and that small, yes, of course, other people get away with it. But can you afford to get away with it? Metal Heart is in the house. Good seeing you, Metal Heart. So anyway, I didn't even we're not going to dive deep into it because it's boring to talk about a rapper who smokes weed. That's like, somebody who breathes, In fact, I think it would be very interesting to find a rapper who does not smoke weed or has a negative vice. That would be weird. That would be weird. That would be really weird. It's good seeing you. Why Seeking Knowledge is in the house. Wait, let me see if I can get this right. I'm trying to get this. Okay, there it goes. Okay. So, yeah, Why Seeking Knowledge says there are many points in life where men fail to self-check and regulate themselves. So many in jail for life on decisions made in an instant. And that's double bars right there. That's exactly what's going down. Let me go on to the next one. I think we did a Wiz Khalifa long enough. He smokes weed. It's like this. They probably already had let him slide, in the hotel room or whatever, because he was probably just like, we know that wasn't the first time he started smoking weed that day. They probably let him slide, but when he did it on stage in front of national TV and everybody's putting it online, that's when look, sorry, so much for Wiz Khalifa. Who is he married to? Well, whoever he's married to, you best be looking for somebody else now. Because that's a wrap. They can't let him get away with it. That's just the way it is. Let's check this out. Okay, let me pause this right here. Basically, a passport bro married a pro. I don't see a problem with it. That they date pros, they might as well marry them, right? Let's see what they say.
Title, man, is no secret. This is I guess, emergency meeting. Emergency meeting. Yes, it is real, and I'm starting to notice a trend, man. I'm starting to notice a trend here. Somebody said this can't. No, it's factual. It is factual, there, brother.
That's my
It's the intervention, man. It's the intervention, bro.
I see it like this. This is the next step. I mean, there's going to be some passport bros that just, you know, they actually want eventually to have a relationship. Most of them just want sex. But there's always a certain amount of men that end up marrying a 304 and try to change her into a housewife.
God. Yeah, it's real, man. It's man.
Oh,
yeah, man. God.
Look, we don't even know where to start at, man.
Listen, I got no notes. It's just facts. That's all I know is just what happened.
We literally put this stream together in like an hour, man, because it's an emergency, bro. It's an emergency, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So the thing is this really to me exposes the passport bros as far as saying they're finding better women abroad, because if it gets to the point where you are marrying your work, or I should say your clients, not clients, but if you're marrying the people that you paid, you can't talk shit about anything. I mean, you can't talk shit about women. You can't talk shit about other men. You can't talk shit about dogs. You can't talk shit about cats. You just can't talk, because I mean, if you are literally to the point where you're marrying a woman of the night, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're to that level, just don't judge nobody about anything. Don't judge nobody about anything. That's all I'm saying. That's all. I'm not saying, you know, I'm not looking at you. Hey, you could find love where you can find love. But please do not come down here in the States and start dissing women, especially black women, you know, or women of color, trying to say that you can find something better across the pond or, you know, in some other country and stuff. You know, no, you're not. No, sorry. I can't let you get away with that. No, do it all you want. It's your life. It's your life, but do not for 1 minute try to bring that, oh, they're better across, you know, the country crap. And you're marrying literally somebody who was in the red light, who works in the red light district. Just to say, let me go on to the next clip. Let me go to this one. Damn, is that too loud? Let me bring it down a little bit. A little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay. What you're listening to is some SYSBM for your soul stuff. So basically, you know. This is a question I have. Why do black men always divesting women when black men do it twice as much? What's the difference? Basically, what is it? If you and your buddies are doing it twice as much, you know, divesting twice as much and doing shit like this dude is here, right? You know, then what? So what? Then why do you guys get your balls in a chain? You know, when women divest, and they do it half as much as you. I just want to know. So if you got a good answer, let me know. Let me know in the chat. Metal Heart. Oh no, I see why he buried her. Yep. Wonder Woman in the house. Wonder Woman. Passport bros are disgusting. I feel sorry for the for the SW they marry. I am liberal, but I have my limits. I hear you. I hear you. If they have to go to the red light district to find a wife, that's all I'm saying is that basically, don't talk about anybody else. So I guess what the argument is, and yes, people know this is house music because especially the soulful house that they're playing in this video, it came from R&B. So that the quip that this preference and passion channel is trying to do is ridiculous. By the way, black women are more apt to try something outside of the norm than black men are. Most black men like hip hop, like most. Okay, black women will like hip hop, will like soul, will like some rock artists, will like some jazz artists, will like some classical music. I know that to be true and a fact. So to try this little quip about, oh yeah, this is house music. There are probably more black women that go to these raves than black men that go to the raves. So just, I don't know. This is just, to me, black male bigotry. But anyway, so what I don't see what the point is about this. Let's see. Okay, so anyway, let me stop that before that algorithm get to work. So anyway, basically, this is like, there's black male worship, right? Well, there's other kinds of worship out there too, like black men worshiping other women of different races. So I guess you know what the funny thing is? See, this woman here, hey, find love anywhere you go. But this woman here, if you notice how she looks here, right? She's okay, and this brother's all happy, right? She ain't this one. She ain't her. These dudes be trying to front like they getting, a woman who looks like this. And instead, they get somebody who looks like this, which is fine. Find love wherever you want. Find it wherever you find it. Just leave black women alone when you do. So basically what this thing is, what you're seeing is a video of black men showing you how much better other races of women are. Otherwise, why would you put it out? Let's see what he's saying right here.
Para tudo, apaga a luz, apaga tudo, apaga a luz, apaga tudo. Que isso, amor? Aqui no escurinho, tô preto não sou. Chuto o DJ, a pataria.
I don't know what this is.
years. So the people in the area were just terrified. They formed small organizations that would occupy the space, gangs. Young Nathan Ingram was being bullied relentlessly by these gangs in the area. So one day his friend shows up to his door with a traditional karate gi on and takes him to his first class. And I like to say that from here on out, he became this lethal killing machine. That's just not true. Real martial artists know that the change that you seek from training your body comes from the mindset you obtain and the perception of yourself.
Anyway.
Are you ready?
Welcome to your first, well, no, actually, it's really the fourth Dusty of the day. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Go somewhere. Here we go. What's your name?
My name AI.
AI, where are you calling me from?
Newport News, Virginia.
Newport News?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you?
33.
Here we go. 33. Oh, turn the echo off on the other phone. AI, where are you calling me from? I hear an echo, y'all. Y'all gotta turn it off on the other phone. Or turn it down. All right. AI, Newport News, 33. What you do for a living?
I'm an electrician and a painter.
You're
Electrician and a painter.
Electrician and a painter?
Yes, ma'am.
You have any kids?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Are you ever married?
No, ma'am.
And what's your zodiac sign?
Virgo.
Y'all definitely have manners. All right, let's do it. We got AI, Newport News, Virginia, 33 is a Virgo, an electrician, and a painter. No kids, never married. What kind of woman you looking for?
Somebody that's loyal and trustworthy.
Someone loyal and trustworthy. What are your deal breakers?
A liar.
Liar, okay.
This nigga was on parole for 20 years. Probably for lying.
Do you have any... Does she look a certain way?
Nah, she can be average. As long as she got a good hot shit, I don't really go off of looks. When I was younger, I used to go off looks, but I don't really go off looks no more.
You don't go off of looks no more?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. All right, y'all don't care about
She can't be ugly though. Know what I'm saying? She gotta, know what I'm saying? She gotta be pretty.
You want to know something? There's some other men in the room with him. There's some other men in the room.
Gotta be pretty. Okay, can't be ugly. You gotta be pretty.
Yeah.
What about money? Does she gotta make a certain amount of money?
Nah, she ain't. Nah, long as she brings something to the table though. But nah.
Been single for 14 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me tell you something. The way that this guy's smiling like this, there's something weird going on. I don't even know if he likes women, to be honest with you. I think he's just having some fun. I know it sounds weird me thinking this, but the way he's behaving and everything, he's been single for 14 years and just got out on parole for 20. I guess he was in for 20 years. So, well, he's got to do what he's got to do in jail, right?
Let's do the Kendra cam.
The Kendra cam.
That's when you stand up and we see your full body like we did with your friend.
Wow, it's only been 2.5 minutes. She wants to get him over with. Kendra will usually at least spend 5 or 6 or 7 minutes before she asks for the Kendra cam, but she's like, nah, I need to get this guy out of here.
Get him right.
But see, this is what I was trying to tell people about Kendra's show is when it started off, it was short a couple men. So she really had to kind of like let men on the show that most of them were either red pill or low level men. And the problem is now that's all that come to the show, probably because it's a testament that, well-to-do or well-off or good men per se just don't go on these they're just not in the red pill, number one, because they don't have to be in the red pill. They ain't got nothing to complain about. And number two, it's just grown. It's grown. Kendra's show has grown into be more of a haven for red pill. I'm not saying she's red pill because she's kind of like not. She really isn't. I mean, compared to compared to somebody like Dee Dee or like Chantel Simone, who's back out at it again. She's nowhere near that level. Okay, but these dudes, they don't have anywhere else to go. It's either this or it's going over to the Pineapple Show, and you can see how awkward these dudes are. You know, looks really is not the primary issue a lot of these men have. The primary issue is the way they behave. Tanya Sweat in the house, Metal Heart in the house, White Seeking Knowledge in the house, Lifestyle Guy is in the house. If we got everybody up in here, J Music is in the house. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
Okay, get them right. All right, let's see what we're working with. Bring down the, okay. All right. Same bathroom we see again. Same bathroom.
Same bathroom, fool.
We see the same bathroom in the background. Okay. AI.
Yeah, look at all that junk on the ground. Look. If you want to give them a chance, ladies, by all means, go ahead. Go ahead. I don't promote. I'm definitely not going to say, yeah, whatever. Go ahead, go for it. If a lady feels the need to call this man, please call a therapist first. I'm just reading this. Oh man, imagine being told by a prisoner that you have to bring something to the table. Oh man, see, and it's doesn't it sound like something that you would see in a Kevin Samuels video? Yep, that's where they get it from. Went to jail for over a decade, but wasn't for nothing crazy. Right.
From Newport News, Virginia. Is that your nickname?
Yeah, Allen Iverson. That's yeah.
Is that where you got your nickname from?
Nah, but something like that.
Okay. What was your last relationship?
15 years. Well,
I told you. Did I tell you somebody else was in the room? Did I tell you somebody else was in the room and I knew it was a dude too? Down low. Because they're making fun and light of dating women. Down low. I'm telling you. It's all the way. Phoenix Soul in the house. Down low. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, like 14 years and 7 months ago.
14 years, you're 33 when you was 15, 16?
Yeah, I just came home. I was incarcerated for 14 years and 7 months.
When did you get out of jail?
August the 1st.
Oh, you just got out this year.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
So you
ladies, if you I'm going to tell you no. If you want to date somebody who just got out of jail, there is not a damn thing we can do for you. There is just nothing we can do for you. Nothing.
been out for about a month and 2 months?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, you got a job fast. Do you want to say why you were in jail for 14 years?
Nah.
Okay.
It probably had something to do with women, I bet. Watch.
Whoever I meet, though, I tell them, though.
Whoever you meet will get the rundown.
Yeah.
Don't shoot. You better meet him on the phone because you don't want to find out why he went into prison. He might show you the reason.
Okay, the rundown will be given to the person that he actually.
Yeah, it ain't no. Hold on. It definitely ain't no crazy shit like with no kids, nothing or nothing like that. Ain't no. You know what I'm saying? Just some normal street shit.
Look, I've been watching a lot of, as you ladies know, I've been watching a lot of those court videos, and it's quite honestly, even though there's that, Dr. Umar crap coming around, that black men, this, that, and this, that, and the other. Always, quite honestly, the courts be giving these dudes a break. You have to be doing something to be put in jail for 10 years. It's not like you smoked weed and then you go to jail for 10 years. You hit somebody, you hurt somebody, you might have even deleted somebody. You might have been, armed robbery. They're talking about 10 years. We're talking about some hard shit. That's what I'm trying to say.
Normal street shit. Okay. Well, if you end up being the girl, you'll get the details. Now, you don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask, when's the last time you was intimate with someone?
He's laughing because he was intimate in prison. He was laughing because he was intimate in prison. Of course he was intimate. Notice how she said intimate with someone, and that's why he laughed, because watch.
Last night.
Is that woman an option?
Nah, just a
because it wasn't a woman last night. And there's nothing wrong with that. Dude, live your life. But I guarantee you it wasn't a woman last night he got intimate with.
Just a friend.
I told you.
Just a friend?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Am I right or am I right?
Are you on parole right now?
Yes, ma'am.
For how long?
2044.
2044?
He did something bad. On parole for 20 years?
Isn't that that's 20 years?
Yeah.
Look.
I don't know.
There's no regular crime that puts a man in jail for 14 years and then paroles him for 20 years. He did some raw crap. Wow. Maybe he shouldn't be out. Ladies, again, I do not support you dating somebody with these types of credentials. Here we go.
Too much. But does that can you be on parole for 20 years?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't want to know what the crime was now. All right. So the girl last night is not an option.
Nah.
It wasn't. Kendra, you're trying to save him. It wasn't a girl last night. It was a guy. I guarantee you.
Oh, let them know this is the crib, but my crib. This ain't no motherfucker.
What happened?
And he want me to let y'all know this ain't no halfway house, man. This is his crib.
It's not a halfway house. It's his crib.
Yeah, I'm at his house.
You're at his
He's
house.
in a halfway house. Let me tell you something. Let me just give this the advice I would give somebody like this. You don't need to be dating anybody. You need to just be trying to get your life together. That's just me.
Yeah.
All right. Let's continue. Ooh, child, it's a lot going on. 3 flaws you have to work on, AI.
3 flaws I got to work on.
Yes.
Shit. I don't think I got to work on no flaws, though.
Dude was in jail for 14 years. And now he's saying he doesn't have any flaws. That's how did he get out? Because I know he must have to go to therapy because he's got a clear case of psychosis or something.
I done did all that when I was behind the wall.
What were the 3 flaws you worked on when you were behind the wall?
Communication, being loyal, trustworthy, stuff like that.
Yeah, because see, men in jail do not like to share their men.
You worked on being loyal and trustworthy when you were behind the wall?
Yeah.
Chill,
I,
bro.
You
I'm
had no
telling you.
choice but to be loyal. You couldn't go
Nah,
nowhere.
cause you see who your real friends is when you behind that wall, and like everybody you thought that was loyal to, they won't loyal to you.
That's true. But we talk about relationships right now, like 3 things you could work on when it comes to being better in a relationship.
I can't even be honest. I couldn't even tell you that because I ain't been in a relationship as so. I don't even know what it feel like to be in a relationship.
You don't know.
Let me see if there's anybody in this chat that's at least. Yep, somebody else caught it. That house is filthy. Toilet seats up, background, mess all over the floor, dirty carpet, gross. Yep, that's what I'm saying. Comes from the side. I mean, there's nothing you can do with this dude, but good luck. Good luck. Somebody probably called him.
It's like to be in a relationship.
No, ma'am, I don't.
AI, well, let's answer this question. Why would a woman be lucky to be with you?
Cause I'm a lovable person. I'm a likable person, trustworthy. You know, I work.
Oh man. If he was trustworthy or lovable and likable, he wouldn't have went to prison for 14 years. I'm sorry, that just doesn't go together.
Come home, stay out of the way. I ain't got no kids. I'm single.
That's it?
Yeah, that's yeah, I'm a little shy right now, you know.
All right, let's do it. So AI, could the woman?
I'm not even going to play the rest, to see. I am not promoting dude. Let's put it that way. That is just crazy. And this is why I want to show you.
Story time about how I found out my ex-boyfriend was gay while we were in a relationship. So like imagine being in love with a guy that's in love with a guy. Yeah, that's what it was like. I always kind of had my doubts, and like other people would kind of say like, you sure he not gay? And I'd be like, he is not gay, trust me, he's not gay. Like, don't do my boyfriend. And I would always defend him because that's my boyfriend, that's my man, and I'm gonna stick beside him. So he would always, like, literally always go with his friends, and they would just like do anything. He would always be with them, and I would be like, can I have some of your time? It was so bad. Like, can I have some of your time too? It got to the point where I felt like he was cheating, but he was cheating with another woman and just saying like he was going with his friends. No, he would say stuff like, I'm done with him, and y'all, it was so bad. I don't know how I didn't see it. It was so bad. They would even have arguments and he would be like, I'm not talking to him no more. Like, imagine your boyfriend saying stuff like, I'm not gonna talk to him no more, like he's selfish, he just, y'all, it sounded like they was in a relationship for real.
Dang.
That's why I would always say like, that's your boyfriend. Like, do I even have a boyfriend? That's your boyfriend. Leading up to the day that I found out we were going through a really rough patch and we were arguing all the time, and a lot of time we would argue and he would like tell me like stuff like, it's just stuff that I gotta work on with myself. Like, it's not you, it's just stuff that I have to work on. And I'll be like, what is it? Like,
stuff you had to work on were other men.
A bunch of unanswered questions.
Okay, y'all. So do my makeup with me while I give y'all a story time about how I was in a 7-year relationship with a very suspect and questionable man. And the only reason I'm saying suspect and questionable is because I did not have definitive proof, like catching him in the act or seeing pictures or anything to say this man is full on gay. But once I get to the story time, y'all gonna be like, bitch. Like, disclaimer, I'm not outing anybody. I'm gonna be using fake names. It's not the fact that it's the sexuality part, it's the down low, hiding, being manipulative, breaking hearts, cheating. That's the bigger moral of the story. Be who you want to be. There's no homophobia here, but be who you want to be and stand on that. Okay, let's get it. All right, so let's call my ex Ronnie. We're gonna call him Ronnie. Ronnie and I, we had a lot of mutual friends. And that's just kind of how we met, just in passing. You know how you have friends, and then the guy has friends, and their friends are friends, but we're not friends. Mutuals. Duh. That's what I could call them. Mutuals.
Let me pause this. I want to give a shout out to No Wasting Time. This is something tells me this channel is going to blow up. This channel is going to blow up. This is No Wasting Time.
So this particular time that I seen him was at Six Flags. He was with his best friend. Keep that in mind because he's going to be a huge part of the story. And I was with my two homegirls. So it was a little bit more intimate than it usually is with all of our friends around. So I was able just to get a better look at him and just a better all vibe of who he was, because it wasn't so much noise and so much people. And the vibe was cool. He was very calm, very collective, very mature from what I was seeing. And he was very attractive. For some reason, I guess everything was just chaotic any other time I seen him. But I was able to see him in the light of day. It was not so much going on. And I was like, oh my God.
Drop the link, y'all, just in case you want to come up.
Very attractive. And I fucked with it a little bit, right? So when we got home, we spoke to each other on Facebook, like, oh, it was nice seeing you, nice getting to know you, this, that, and third, blah, 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 blah. And from that point on, we never stopped speaking. Like, we just never stopped talking. Every day, it was a good morning, how's your day going? This is how, this is what I did today, blah, 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 blah. So fast forward, that was in like August, fast forward to January. He gave me this really, really beautiful long paragraph for my birthday. And I just thought that was really, really cute. Like, this was a guy, he was very consistent. From that point, from Six Flags, the most we went without speaking to each other was probably like a day. So I was like, yeah, I dig him. And then he finally asked me on a date, He said he started a new job and his time was a little bit free. And then he stopped going to school. So he stopped going to college. He was going to a college that was a little further from where we stay at. So when he asked me on a date, he asked me out to the movies. And he paid for the tickets. He kept in touch with me the whole time leading up to me getting there, on what kind of snacks do I like to eat, bought the snacks.
That's thoughtful.
And it just very, very, very attentive. And that's what I really, really liked about him. And like I said, I was very young, so it didn't take much to impress me, so to say. And that was just already more than I've ever experienced. Just him doing that much for me. And I really was vibing with him. It was really, really cool. Fast forward a little bit, we continue speaking, dating. He keeps asking me on dates, and he's paying for the dates. So, and like I told you, I was very young. So him having a stable job, him being in college, everything was very, very new to me.
I wonder how old she was.
I'm thinking this man is doing it, and he was doing it, honey. Okay? So, yeah, like I said, he was doing his thing. I had no complaints, no nothing. So, the more I got to know him, the more comfortable he started to become. And with that comfortability I wouldn't say they were red flags, but it was certain things that I just kind of wasn't used to.
So, basically, he gave her a facade at the beginning.
And it would be his constant need for approval from this best friend that I told you earlier about. It would be kind of before he ever bought something, he had to check in with his friend. And I'm just but I already, he would come to me and I said, yeah, that's cool, I like that. But it had to be this best friend. I could say, yeah, that's a go, do that, or wear that, or buy that, or, anything. But until that best friend said yay or nay, it wasn't moving. That best friend had to give it the opinion. If he couldn't reach
that's a weird sign right there.
That best friend in time, he would wait to do whatever or buy whatever, or, until that best friend gave his opinion on what to do. And that was very peculiar to me. But like I said, I was young. It wasn't right. Just step around. I love that. Okay, so I got started from January. We going on consistent dates. In April, he asks me to be his girlfriend and make it official. So now we're official. And mind you, I didn't really disclose to my close friends or my family members that I was getting serious with this particular person, because I've been known to do that, to kind of like jump the gun and want to tell my family and friends about this guy, and then things go left. And I'm just like, yeah, okay. It's another one bites the dust. So I just wanted to just have something for me, see exactly where it was going, how serious this person was, and see exactly what it would turn into before I told anybody. Now we're official. I'm telling my friends and I'm telling my family. He meets my sister first. After meeting my sister, he goes home. I head over to my sister's house. My sister says, Jada, that man is gay. I said, I'm sorry? Wait. Okay. So my sister says that, and I'm like, I'm half taken aback, because that was really left field, because from their interaction, it seemed like everything was going really good, and they was laughing at each other's jokes or whatever the case may be. And then right after, like, she was like, yeah, that's what it is. And because I already had those underlying feelings, I just couldn't pinpoint exactly what it is in like regards to the best friend and that dynamic being a little weird to me. When she said it, it was just kind of like, that's what I've been feeling. Okay. But I was still very much in denial. In this whole story, I'm not delusional.
I'm gonna fast
right
forward
now. I was delusional. Kind of always, if you know, when you're young, you make cute little statuses on each other's stuff, and he would always be under both of our stuffs, just commenting something weird like, oh, that's gay, or yeah, y'all need to get a room. Like, it was just very like, oh, this is lame. Like, he just always was commenting every status, almost every status. He would comment something. That was a little off-putting to me. So I told him, my ex, Ronnie, about it. And he was just more so on, oh, that's just Johnny being Johnny. That's just bro. Da-da-da-da. That's going to be a consistent theme. So pay attention to that too. So this one is about to cut off. But if y'all want part 2, you know what to do. Okay? Okay.
How I found out my boyfriend was on the down low was he tried to take me to a swingers club, and I was like, I'm not going in there. He actually had a membership to this place, and I asked him, you know, have you ever been with men or anything? He said, no, I've only been with couples. So like, have a man ever touched you? Have you ever engaged in any kind of activity with a man? He was like, no, I just been with couples. And so he was kind of vague about it. So I asked him, I said, how would you feel if you ever caught me with another man? What would you do? Do you know what he said? He was like, I wouldn't do anything. I would join. Like, you would just join us? This is somebody I've been with in a relationship for over a year. He said he was straight, supposed to be monogamous, but the entire time of us being together for over a year, he had been cheating on me at swingers club and had been with both men and women. And he
I ain't got nothing else to say for y'all. I mean,
finally came out later as bisexual.
Let me put it this way. The point I'm trying to make is this, is that I would say that people are like shocked when I say at least half the men in our community are into men. You can call, I'm saying men are into men. It could be just a mental thing, or it could be both a mental and physical thing. But men are into men now these days. I'm telling you.
Okay. So I am ready to tell my story on how I found out that my ex-boyfriend, I don't know how to say it, he used to date guys or he was currently dating guys. He's on the DL. I don't know. I still don't know. I can't wrap my head around it, y'all. But anyway, all right. So I met my boyfriend at a bar that I was working at, and at the time he was a regular, and
That's already a bad start, but here we go.
we're just friends. We have been platonic friends for a little while, and I'm gonna be honest. The first time I met him, I didn't think he was gay, but maybe like the second, third time, I don't know. It was something about him. It was just something about the way he carried himself. I'm like, he's a little fruity. You know what I'm saying? I hope I'm not offending nobody with my words, because I talk a little wild, but I love people. Like, I love y'all. Like, if you know me, I do not judge nobody, okay? But he was a little fruity tooty. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I think he gay. So then he started talking about he had kids. He had 2 kids and 2 baby mamas and all that. So I'm like, okay, but ladies, we know nowadays that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. So, okay. So,
No, remember when I had the last live stream, we went over some guy who had 2 children with 2 different women, and he was on Kendra G's show trying to find a man.
I'm thinking this dude gay, and I'm like, okay, I don't think I want to date. You know, like, he don't seem interested in me. And then on top of that, he was interested in like another friend of mine. Like, he wanted to date her, and I'm like, nigga, she's definitely not going for you. But we was friends at the time. I didn't take offense to it, nothing. So fast forward to when we finally start dating, because mind you, my brother used to always tell me like, oh, you need to try something new, because you always dating the same type of hood niggas, drug dealers, all them. And he like, you need to try something new. So, you know, me.
Well, that's true. But you didn't have to go do a DL, dude.
And me, I'm like, okay, maybe I do, because I'm the type of gal, I'm not gonna lie. If a dude doesn't exude a certain amount of masculine energy, I'll automatically think you're a little suspect because of things I've witnessed before. And this story is a pure example of why you need to trust your intuition, ladies. Okay, so I'm trying to hurry up. Okay, so I found out, I told him, like, once we started like dating and stuff, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't want to deal with you at first because I thought you was gay. This man go, I figured that. You figured that? That's all you got to say? And mind you, we were out at a bar and we were drinking, so it was a lot transpiring that night, so I didn't have a chance to go back and revisit that statement. Damn it, I'm running out of time. Like for part 2, because I'm gonna tell y'all the rest. Ooh boy.
Great rest.
I'm gonna pause right there. Yeah, that's crazy, but that's true. I think it's about 50% of the men, just because of the, I don't know, social construct for the day, you know, going on.
This brother, man, although we may not see eye to eye on a lot of things, at the end of the day, I have to give him, you know, the love and respect that he deserves.
Yeah, let me go on to that. I don't want to hear that. I got to go past Dee Dee because she can get kind of boring. Here we go.
Popping your balloon.
So I was waiting to hear you explain.
Let me go back here. I'm going to go to popping the balloon, and we're going to start with go forward. Let's start with this woman right here. I like, see, here we go.
All right, let's go ahead and bring out our next single lady. Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
I'm Brianna. Nice to meet you guys.
Brianna, how old are you?
I'm 22.
And what do you do?
I'm an actress, video vixen, model.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Video vixen, model, actress. Let's see what type and kind. Here we go.
Now, what are some things you like to do for fun?
For fun, I love to travel.
Okay.
I like athletic stuff like swimming or, you know, working out. I like cooking, like, you know, cooking together. That's fun to me.
Nice.
I like anything, really, anything spontaneous.
Okay. Yeah. Now, what are some things you like look for in a man?
I want my man to just be for me, but also I want him to be friendly, like with my friends too. I don't mean friendly like that, but like, you know, just take care of both of us.
Okay.
I had a lot of issues with that. I also want my man to just take care of himself. Like, hygiene is very important for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what are some deal breakers?
Kids.
Kids?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there's only one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we don't have any. Oh, I knew, every time I say that, somebody always pops. Let's go on over here, see why he ended up popping. All right. Let's have your name and age.
Justin, I'm 26.
Hi, Justin.
And Justin, why did you end up popping your balloon?
Just too young for me. She said she's 22. This is a little out of my age preference.
That's a mature thing. I actually respect that. I respect that a lot.
Now, is he someone that's your type?
No.
Okay. And why not?
Just because you look really clean and everything like that, but I don't know. It's just something. Maybe it's because you popped it for me. Maybe that's why you're not my type.
Maybe she petty.
That's
Okay. Thank you. Okay, we got one done here. Let's head this way. Your name and age?
Quan, 29.
Okay. And Quan, why did you end up popping your balloon?
You indecisive, baby.
I am indecisive.
Yeah, see, I need a woman that's decisive. Like, I need you to be able to take charge where I can't. So what you just did pretty much showed me.
Wait a minute. He just said, I need you to take charge when I can't. I thought men were supposed to be leaders. What's up with that?
That you're not ready to lead in the areas where you're supposed to.
Wait. See, he tried to clean it up. Ladies, look at this. I'm telling you. See, if men are supposed to lead, then men are supposed to lead. He wants somebody to take care of him. That's what it is. He wants somebody to take care of him. Wonder Woman says, that is good to see that he thought that she was too young. 22 is a little young to be on the show. Yeah, I agree, Wonder Woman. Here we go.
Okay.
So now, is he someone that's your type?
No.
Okay. And why not?
I said hygiene, and your teeth kind of have plaque on them. So.
Oh!
On the bottom ones.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Thank you. Okay, let's head on back. We did get a pop back here. Your name and age?
Not you.
I'm Sylvester, 26.
I'm sorry. And Sylvester, why did you end up popping your balloon?
So like I'm somebody that wants to have somebody that knows what they want. Okay. I know you say you're indecisive. And there's something.
Indecisive is doesn't mean as far as whether she wants somebody or not. Indecisive could mean is like, hey, look, I see a purple outfit here, and I see a gray outfit here. I don't care. Either one's cool to me. I don't care. That's it. That's indecisive. When I went shopping for my vehicle, I was moderately indecisive. I was actually indecisive could mean open-minded. I was just like, hey, look, I went to buy a 6 Series and ended up getting an X5. That's just the way it turned out. And some of it had to do with being indecisive, but at the same time, it allowed me to open my options as far as what kind of vehicle I ended up getting. Now I'm happy I got what I got because I can carry more stuff in it, including DJ gear, stuff to fix up the house, that kind of stuff.
Nothing wrong with that. There's a process to it, but I'm looking to build, not rebuild. You know what I mean? So that's my only thing about it.
Okay, well, that's something I'm working on.
You're right. You're so right.
I'm telling you, I mean, number one, she's 22. So that's one thing, but it seems like these men want her at her young age to take care of them. That is really weird.
I'm sorry.
All right. So now, is he your type? I know I heard you say a little something, but is he your type?
Yeah, he's my type. I just don't really like the nose ring.
No, I feel that.
Okay.
Okay. We got to pop over here as well. Your name and age.
And that's the thing is, what is up with these nose rings? For real. I mean, look, nose rings are don't get me wrong. You fellas can wear them all they want. That's fine with me. But I was, it's always been, and I'm talking about even way back in the 80s and 90s, has been a feminine thing.
Matthew, I'm 26.
Okay, and Matthew, why did you pop your balloon?
My nose is pierced.
The nose ring.
Yeah, I mean, really, back in the day, having a nose ring for a dude meant that you went both ways. I'm just keeping it real here. It meant that you went both ways. I mean, if you thought wearing like earrings in both ears for a dude was kind of on the sus side, if you had a nose ring, it meant you wanted both men and women to know you went both ways. That's how it was back in the day.
Yeah.
All right. So I know you said nose ring is like a little for you. Is he someone that's your type?
No.
Okay. And why? Is it's the ring or anything else?
I don't really like your outfit.
Let me pause it right here because Metal Heart just brought up a very good point. Metal Heart says, I noticed how the men in this show kind of follow each other. These men support each other more than they do their prospective girlfriend. Yeah, you're absolutely right. They do. They support each other. If they see one guy pop a balloon, they may not pop the balloon, but they're ready to pop the balloon. They're getting ready. You can see their hands movement. You know, the toothpick going towards their hand, towards the balloon a little bit more tighter.
No worries.
Okay.
And your hair.
Okay. Well then, let's go on down. I think we had one. Yeah, we did. We got one over here. Your name and age.
Gerard, 26.
Gerard.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
So I was waiting to hear you explain.
Oh, and tongue rings for sure, Metal Heart. Yep.
The indecisiveness thing. When you told him, you didn't really give a specific reason. So that in combination with your age, not something I'm looking for.
Okay, to answer your question, I feel like I'm really spontaneous, so me being indecisive has something to do with that. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Do you know what you want out of life?
Yeah, I know what I want.
What is that?
I want to be an actress, and I want to just live like on the fields, like I'm sorry, not the fields, the country. Like I like the country. I want to have like a farm or everything like that, and you know, like with my family.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Yeah, I just have a clear vision for what I want. So I want a woman that can kind of match with that.
Okay.
But yeah,
okay,
you're only 22.
I respect that. I mean, I respect, again, these are, you know, the one thing I do respect of these men is that, one, they're not just trying to get at her because she's attractive, because she is attractive. And two, it seems like they do have a plan in life. Now, whether it's for real or not, we don't know. But they seem to be giving her some constructive information she can really take home with her. But at the same time, she's 22. She's really where she's supposed to be at 22. A woman's not supposed to be running a man's life at 22.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So now is he someone that's your type?
He could be.
Oh, okay. So what makes him not? You say he could be, but what's making him not be?
This guy in the background right here, he reminds me, I don't know if you guys know of Earth, Wind, and Fire, but he looks like the bass player, Verdine White. He just does. I don't know why. Because believe it or not, the outfit this dude has on, I'm talking about the guy in the black right here, right? That is something that they would wear in the 80s. I'm just telling you right now that they would wear that in the 80s. And you know, that was a nightclub outfit or a music artist outfit.
You do look a little older, but how old are you again?
26.
26. You look older.
Damn, he looks older than 26. He could, if he told me he was 36, I would not blink an eye. I don't know what it is about the men these days, but they're looking older these days. I'm not saying they look ugly or nothing like that, because that ain't even, you know, for me to even judge. But a lot of the men these days are looking a lot older. I don't know what it is. Maybe, who knows?
26, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And over here, we got a pop. Your name and age.
I'm John. I'm 27.
Okay.
Hi, John.
And John, why did you end up popping your balloon?
So I actually didn't think that you were indecisive or anything like that. I think, maybe it might be the nerves or something.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like the lifestyle that you said you wanted to live, like the countryside, farm and all that. I've lived in the city my whole life. I'm not a country person. Like I've tried it and I just wouldn't succeed in that. So just wanted to pop and not waste time.
He seems like, I'm not saying he's DL just because we went over our DL section. All right, we got that 8 Life is in the house and Pink Boy Queen is in the house. New Diamond, all right. Here we go, y'all. Phoenix Soul. What would you breaking it down for us right here? Because they don't have women. Yep. Relationships benefit men more. Bars. Yep. Yep, and maybe that's what I'm getting. Maybe that's the vibe I'm getting. That's the vibe I am getting. Phoenix Soul is that it seems like these men, even as mature as they seem to be, they want the woman to take care of them. So of course, a 22-year-old woman, is going to be like way too young for them. But at least, and really, quite honestly, folks, this is a slightly higher tier of men than the average men that are out there. So that goes to show you how bad things can be. Hazelbug in the house. Hazelbug, good seeing you. Let's keep it going.
Okay, no problem.
Makes sense. And now, is he someone that's your type?
No.
Okay, why not?
He looks a little gay.
Oh man, she went there. She was honest about it. I tried to look.
Wow.
Sorry.
Okay.
I mean, if you're not, it's okay. But
I mean, I'm here, right? Like
that doesn't mean anything. Okay, let me break it down like this. There's at least 50% of gay men will date a woman. They will sleep with a woman. That's not a problem. They just save their love, as you can see, for the manosphere and for the men they are around. They look at. It's kind of like how women. That's how it looks. That's what's up.
From you like women.
Yeah.
He's on this lineup.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And I think, did we get a pop?
He looks like the kind of guy who probably made his own outfit and was proud of showcasing it. I'm sorry, but she's not wrong. I mean, I'm not saying that he is gay because we don't know. We don't live his life. But what we will say is that basically he comes off that way.
Back here? Oh yeah, we did. Let's head on back there. Your name and age?
27. My name's Datrin. The reason I popped my balloon, you're very beautiful. Again, it's the lifestyle that you want to live, the country lifestyle. I grew up in the country. That's a closed chapter in my life. Kind of like the city now, suburban area now. So that's just something that doesn't interest me.
You know what's weird? This is the weird part. The country life tells a lot. Her wanting to live a country life tells you she wants to live a stable, slow, steady life. The country life doesn't mean it's like, yeah, and all that kind of shit. It just means that you want to get away from the clubs. You don't want it. You want to get away from the hustle and bustle. You want to kind of live. I mean, there's a lot of famous music artists and celebrities that live in the country. You just don't hear about them because they live in the country. So that's the weird thing, is how these guys want to not live in the country, because the only thing that, that's all I got to say. Let me keep it going. Here we go.
Me anymore.
yeah, I like the suburbs. That's nice.
That's all. It's just the country part.
Okay, got it. Is he someone that's your type?
No.
Okay, why not?
He looks 40, number one. She's 22. He looks 40. I don't know what age he is, but he looks really old.
I don't want to come off rude.
Oh, be honest. Just be honest.
Okay. It's just your teeth and your haircut.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we do have one unpopped balloon down there. Let's head on over there.
Okay.
Well, he's straightening out. All right. Your name and age?
My name is Jared, and I'm 27.
Bars, Metal Heart. as if they can't get in their cars and drive to the city. Exactly. They make it sound like the country is like 200-300 miles away or something.
Hi, Jared.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Okay.
Anybody want to give them some DL points? From 1 to 5, what do you guys think? 1, he's straight. 5, you know. Go ahead and put the points in the chat while I replay him. Here we go.
It's Jared, and I'm 27.
Hi, Jared.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Okay. So, Jared, you do have your balloon still unpopped. Why so?
I think she's very, 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 very attractive. So yeah, I'm just trying to hear her out, see where her mind at.
Okay. So, are you feeling Jared? Is he someone you
Red headphones, but it's a 7 out of.
Jared, you the first? Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
You said
I'm
you're
nervous too. It's
I
okay.
was a little nervous, but we good now.
Yeah.
All right. Any questions between the two of you?
What do you do?
I'm a corporate compliance analyst for a global insurance company.
Okay, nice, nice.
You said you have another question?
I don't have one.
No question? You have a question?
Yeah, I got a few. So,
Let me pause right there. Why is Seeking Knowledge says she's looking cute in that outfit. Yes, she is. She sure is. Go girl. But odds of getting a Dusty are so high. Yeah, she's probably gonna go through some heartaches. Let's just put it that way. Here we go.
number 1, where you from?
I'm from Maryland.
What part?
Howard County.
Okay.
Columbia, Maryland.
Okay, I'm slightly familiar.
Oh, yeah?
Number 2, you said you like to cook. So what you like to cook?
Everything. I like to try new things. Okay, all right. If you're looking for a specific answer, I really like to make baked chicken, cilantro rice, any type of vegetable. I really like broccoli. That's my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then third question, I promise I'm done after this.
No, you're good.
But where do you see yourself in the next, let's say 2 years?
In the next 2 years, I'll be 24. Planning marriage, dating. I want to be dating from now until then, and then I want to start thinking about having kids. I want to be looking for a house, or if not in one, because I live in an apartment. So yeah, just having my life a little bit more together when it comes to that.
I mean, she is. It's funny to me because she seems like the type of person any man would want as far as her mindset. She really wants to be a wife. She really wants to be a wife bad. She is not thinking about career. She's not thinking about, though she should. Metal Heart said, girl, we all had that dream about being a wife. But no, I mean, she really seems to sound, it's funny that these guys are putting their nose up to her, but she's exactly what at least in the red pill they describe that they want. So it's kind of weird that they're putting their nose up to her like this.
My life is together, but in that instance, in the love life instance.
So you feel like from what you said you're doing now, as far as career wise, you feel like you'll be able to transition from out of that within the next couple of years?
Yeah, well, yes. Just I want to stay acting though, but I'm into real estate, so I'm probably gonna be doing more of that, in between. Mm-hmm. But acting, it's my passion. I love it so much.
Okay. All right. Let's come on up here. Come on up, y'all. Come on up. Come on up.
Do I still have to keep walking backwards?
No,
you don't. You know why they make them walk backwards? Because they know that that's how these dudes want to look at. Not on the stage, because they could still check her out, but no, on video.
So you can walk however feels comfortable for you. All right, so we got a couple questions out the way down there. Any final one? If not, it's not by force.
You don't feel like I'm a little too old for you?
Mm-mm. You don't look too old.
Touche.
Okay, so with that being said, is it a yes for you for her?
Yeah.
Okay, and is it a yes for you for him?
Yes.
We got a match! I'll take this mic, and you guys can go on up. Let's give it up for them, y'all. All right, let's go ahead and bring out our next single lady. Hello.
So what y'all think so far? Welcome, Why Seeking Knowledge. How you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm fine, DJ. I'm fine.
That's good. So what do you think so far about these dudes? Give me your input.
I'm just observing that their people skills. Their people skills are very damaged at this time. They've talked to, and you can tell it's so obvious that they're uncomfortable and they don't want to get caught slipping,
Right.
amongst their male peers. So, it's a lot of it has to do with, their social skills are just so lacking, and they probably all want her, but then they don't want to be looked at like this by the guys, and then she'd be a lot. I mean, she looks nice, but there are going to be expectations apparently from a woman like that, and they're just lazy. They don't want, they don't want to have to do none of that.
Right.
You can see it all over them. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
I don't know how to
No, that
cut the
was great
camera. I'm gonna
input.
keep trying.
I'm sorry, say again.
I don't know how to cut the camera. I'm gonna keep trying.
Oh, it's cut to camera. You want to keep it on or off?
Off. I don't know how.
Yeah. This is a new interface. Look where it says stop video. Is there a button for it?
No, it's just saying mirror my video. It's saying no. Hey, I'll keep trying to figure it out. Don't stop the
Okay.
show. I'll just keep it
Yeah,
black.
yeah. Just point it to the ceiling or whatever.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Here we go.
Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
I'm Paige.
It does look like a church outfit that for your 14-year-old, but
No, but he looks professional. We talk about them all the time, not actually dressing up for this thing. So I'd
right.
rather see something like that. That's smooth. You can go to a jazz club that's cool.
That is
You
true.
know, yes, he
That
looks
is
good.
true.
I like it. But I think probably she was leaning more to she don't want to roll over and smother the boy. She'd wake up and
Right. Yeah, I think it's I think this is what's getting me. I don't think the jacket is made for him because he's a lot slimmer than the jacket. If you look right around, let me just show you. You see right here? It should be in with him. And I'm not even being picky. It's that because don't get me wrong. You see the jacket this guy's wearing, right? That's supposed to just hang like it is. This jacket here, a blazer, is not supposed to hang like this. It's supposed to V in with the shape of your build. He's a slim build. He's got a decent build probably. So it should V in with him. So that's probably what's throwing the ladies off is that. I don't think it's the blazer at all because it's clean cut right here. I like the clean cut here. The shirt he's got on is just fine, but right here is where it loses a lot of the women. I know it right there. It doesn't look right. It looks like it's too, even though it fits in the shoulder here, it's got to fit down here too. I'm giving everybody style advice and stuff. Let me shut up. Here we go.
Nice.
Name, age, and what do you do?
My name is Justin. I'm 26 and I'm a data analyst.
Nice.
And I believe him too. He sounds like a data analyst. He does. That's neither good or bad.
Your name and age, and what do you do?
My name is John. I'm 27. I'm an attorney. I also model, and I have a podcast.
Love that.
Thank you.
Your name and age, and what you do?
I'm Gerard. I'm 26.
See, and why does an attorney? Well, I guess he's being creative, right? But my thing is this: if you're an attorney, if somebody's going to like you for being an attorney, they're not going to expect you to dress like this. He looks. I mean, I don't know how old you are, Why Seeking Knowledge, but he looks like Verdine White from the Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah. just like what was his name, Cam Newton, who when he was talking to Dr. Bryant,
Right.
people, that outfit probably cost $2,500.
Yeah.
And we don't know that. Like the average person like me, I don't know that. But that's probably some brand name or something we never heard of. But him, he's just doing it to death,
Yeah.
But that doesn't translate to people who don't know what that is or the brand or whatever. So for him, he probably thinks he's just really doing it.
Right. He probably spent more money on his outfit than anybody else here.
I would think so. I mean, but unfortunately, yeah, I'm surprised she didn't pop his.
Yeah. I know, really.
Look at the
Your name
fit
and
on
age
his
and what do
jacket. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Look at
I'm
the
not.
back
No,
how
no,
it's
no.
hanging
Go ahead.
behind him. Do you see
It looks
that?
like a sailor's jacket at that, with these rings down here. I just don't know why. I don't know. We'll find out. Here we go.
you do?
My name is John. I'm 27. I'm an attorney. I also model and I have a podcast.
Love that.
Thank you.
Your name and age and what you do?
I'm Gerard. I'm 26. I work in the cyber industry and I own a personal training company.
Your name and age and what do you do?
My name is Quan. I'm 29.
Try to how do I explain it? Give them ways to become the best version of themselves. So, like if you're going to school, so I would figure out or talk to you about what goals you want to accomplish. Other than that, I'm a romantic guy, so
That's nice.
going on trips together. I am a homebody for the most part, but I compromise and schedule out dates. And when I do go on dates, it's nice. We go to nice places. So, yeah.
What do you think, Wise Thinking Knowledge?
I think he's well spoken. Um, he doesn't seem extremely uncomfortable as some of the other ones do. He knows how to form a sentence, and if he's honest, I mean, he would be somebody I probably would take a chance on him. He's okay, I think.
And I'm
Wait, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said I think. I was done. Go ahead.
Okay.
pathetic guy. So anytime my girl is stressed out, she comes to me and yeah, I relieve that stress.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Answer to her question. What is it like dating you?
So I'm a pretty faithful person. I'm Christian, so I like to center my relationships around God. I want someone who is God-fearing as well, that we can, if we have problems or anything, we could take it to prayer, things like that. I'm also a romantic person, so I like to surprise you with flowers, things you like, things like that. I like spending quality time. So, anything that we can get to know each other and get to spend time with each other, that's pretty much what it's like.
Why seeking knowledge?
No. First thing he ran to was that patriarchal religious doctrine that he wants to let you know that he's going to be the man in demand of the house. That was just a very eloquent way of putting it. Okay? He doesn't seem really secure in himself for some reason. To me, he's kind of giving off that vibe. He has some issues. He's a short man. And he's, I hate to say we have the color system, so he has a lot of things I can just feel on him that you would have to deal with. You'd have to be able to pamper him and pull him through these things. This is just what he seems like to me. And for him to letting you know that he's going to be the head of the God and this and that first, that lets you know men, especially black men, haven't really been religious about nothing until lately, until they've tried to assimilate into the patriarchy and this power dynamic. Now
Right.
you hear him talking about God, God, God. You didn't hear him talk 3 years ago. You didn't hear him saying nothing like this ever. So that was him straight out the gate, letting you know God say I'm the boss, basically. No, that's just what I think. What you think, DJ?
I think you're onto something. I think basically, I think they're using it the God card as a how should I put it? As a key to get in. Let's put it that way.
Well,
Yes.
to let the woman know their place, like
Right.
this is what I'm going to expect. Now, God said this, but
Right.
it's basically them saying, "Hey, you gonna cook, clean, shut up," and I'm gonna play the video game and cut the grass every other weekend, and that's
Right.
how they go. Got to give them a
Awesome.
one for creativity, though. Go ahead.
What is it like dating you?
Dating me is like it's just fun. I like to have a lot of fun. I think I like to incorporate a lot of spontaneity in my relationship. So I like doing, you know, like I've gone on trips where it's been like a week in advance. I know about it. We go on a trip. Like so, I like to do very spontaneous things. Just keep it fun, keep it fresh. So dating me is very fun. That's what I'd say.
How do you think he did?
For me, I think he has more attitude than I do. I think a woman who dates him would spend a lot of time petting him up and asking him what's wrong and what you'd always be. He seems like an energy vacuum. And that's
Okay.
just me. Cause look, he's
Hmm.
halfway rolling his eyes, half like I don't know. If he really got mad about something, it'd be like he'd be throwing tantrums like a little child, and you have to pet him all the time and ask him what's wrong. He just seems like that type. I don't know. That's the energy that I see. That's what's being given up. He seems like he can be a little more feminine than her in a lot of ways. She seems strong. She seems kind of little demanding and all this kind of stuff. But for him, he seemed like he'd be the one to whine and she'd be fixing the problem all the time. So like she'll get sick of that. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading a little too deep, but just the energy, just say it all day long. What you think, DJ?
I think you're onto something. I mean, the thing is this: it's really important for us to get your observation because um, you're very good at reading people. If you haven't noticed, so it's good to get your observation on it. I see where you're coming from.
Even if you want
And
to
our
just back
last.
it up a little bit, back
Okay.
it up and listen and now reobserve it. What I was saying, you'll see exactly what I was saying.
Thing that we can get to know each other and get to
In my relationship, so I like doing, you know, like I've gone on trips where it's been like a week in advance. I know about it. We go on a trip. Like so, I like to do very spontaneous things. Just keep it fun, keep it fresh. So dating me is very fun. That's what I'd say.
And our last guy.
Yeah.
17 at best. Look at the mentality. Come on, we need a man. You know, he sounds very weak. Don't sound confident and stuff in anything. Well, I like to go out and I like to play, and then when I play, I do it. No, where's the
Right.
man at?
She's looking for being fun. That's something you do in your teens. You know. Here we
No,
go.
it's okay. Go ahead.
What is it like dating you?
So it's a breath of fresh air. I like to make things easy. You know what I'm saying? I'm a provider. So if you're somebody I'll
Oh, here we go.
provide for, you don't got to worry about nothing. So.
Love that.
Hey, those are all really good responses. So it is time to pop a balloon. I am gonna have you pop 2 balloons.
Start right away, right there. Pop.
Okay, and then one more.
I knew it.
Okay.
See, he just got petty because he saw she was thinking about it. So, you know something? Why seek knowledge? That makes you perfectly correct on him, though. You said he was going to pout, did you?
Mm-hmm.
And he just pouted right there. He just pouted right there. He just did it.
Let's start here. So,
seems
why did we
like
end up
it.
popping his?
I mean, he saw that she was considering popping his balloon. And when he saw her considering it, his feelings were hurt because he thought that, okay, no way you should even think about popping my balloon. And so he popped his.
They don't have anything to give. Like I said, there's a lot of social problems with them. They talk about us too much, and they've had the comfort of other males that yeah, those
Mhm.
women are just wrong. Oh, they faulty and all, and they've been to the point where it's hard for them to just even have interactions with us. If they like things about us, they could even talk to even female women friends. I get that from them. Women friends and interactions and things. It should be comfortable, but they talk about us so much with each other that it makes it uncomfortable just to have dialogue. Now they know they want to get close to you for whatever reason, but that kind of make me think they're really not friends. They actually have a purpose for getting with you, and it ain't just to fall in love, they want somebody to cook, clean, and have easy access to, what they want to have easy access to. It don't feel real.
Exactly.
Um,
Sorry, microphone.
I'm just gonna say, I love your braids. That's
Thank you.
cool.
Thank you.
But the outfit, maybe
I feel that it's me.
that
So
black tee.
yeah,
What, the inside one?
Yeah, maybe if we button it up.
I feel that. I feel that it's me though. You know.
Love
Okay.
that.
Alrighty. And then so we did get a pop balloon over here. Why did we end up popping?
I wanted to hear what she had to say, but the grad school thing was it for me. I mean, I've gone to grad school myself. I know how much of a commitment it is and how much work it is, but I would rather have somebody that's, been in the field, like worked before, know what.
His feelings were hurt because he held on to his balloon for too long, and then when she considered it, I'm telling you, that's when he popped it. He got his feelings got hurt because listen to this.
I think I'm just looking for somebody to kind of match me and where I'm at rather than matching somewhere where I've been before. So I think that's
what. You see that?
I told you he wants to be the focus. He's going to be the child. He's going to be the one she always pepping up under and put, what's wrong, baby? What's wrong? And then you can tell he sucks. He's that type of attention. He needs attention like that. He's going to be the one that you always running at. He probably had a mother that was like that. That was always nurturing. It was always, he probably he likes relationships like where he gets the attention. I can't imagine him having a baby and being with a woman. And as soon as that baby demand more attention, he's going to be in a bad position, and it just reeks on him. And you can tell you can tell he's already pouty a little bit. I need a grown man, not a pouty child.
Yeah, we don't really get that many spoiled men on this show, but I think he is spoiled. I do. He just don't get me wrong. I think he was brought up better than a lot of other men may have been, but unfortunately, he definitely gives off mama, a mama's boy vibe, but he wants, and maybe even somebody who never. He was either the child of the family or the only child of the family, and he's used to a certain level of attention.
Yes, and black women we have been through this for so long now. You know what I mean? We just even want a partner, an equal partner. I don't need to be your mother. We kind of coming out of this your mother type thing, and he
Right.
seems like that's what he wants to teach us attached to, and I don't think they'd click. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Right, and the way he's kind of like demeaning her education, and she's just right below him. You see what I'm saying? And he's got her by what, 3 or 4 years at least? Where is she supposed to be? What, does he want to marry somebody older than him so that they can take care of him? Probably.
Well, no, I don't think he meant any of that. He just had to justify popping the balloon because he's not confident. He's more of a child. He doesn't have confident. I mean, at least the guy in the black white
Gerdine
beater.
White. Yeah.
He had confidence. I mean, he
Right.
wasn't well spoken. He can't even put a sentence. I'm just a good guy. Come on, you got to come better than that. But he's well spoken. All these things, but he had to find some way of justifying it, and he just something he threw in there real quick to just say. I don't think he really kind of meant to demean her as far as education wise, because he said that's something I've done. He's just kind of not on that level right now, letting you know. Like I said, he's a child. He wants the attention. He don't want to be with somebody who's going through that. He needs somebody front and center in his face to take care of him like they're his mother. See, while you putting all your time, he don't want somebody putting all that time in education. He wants you to coddle and with him.
Right. I see. Okay.
Exactly. I told you.
Why I popped my balloon.
You're talking about undergrad or graduate school?
Graduate school. I have my master's degree.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So that was it. Okay. So is he someone that's your type?
You don't look bad by no means. Where are you from?
I live in New York, but I'm from California.
Okay.
All right. So we do have 2 guys left. Any questions, guys, for our lady here? You have one? All right. Let's start here.
What's your relationship with your family like?
I talk to my mom every
Excellent question, actually. Excellent question.
single day. I talked to my brother before I came here. I check on my family frequently. Despite me just moving, and uprooting my life, I'm very family centered.
So where are you originally from?
I'm from Louisiana.
Oh, okay, for sure.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions here?
Yeah, just add on that. Where do you live now?
Here.
Oh, okay, got you. I was going to say, how do you handle being told no in a relationship?
It's really about the circumstance. I can really put my guard aside if, it's warranted. I take criticism, so I'll be a little sad. I may give you a little attitude, like whatever, but I guess.
When you graduate with your master's, what is your plan after that?
I'm going where God takes me and the money.
Period.
That's a good answer. And yeah, so I live in Baltimore, Maryland. Yeah, I don't know how you feel about long distance.
I'm actually not mad at it. Like he said, I'm pretty busy Monday through Friday, but on the weekends and breaks, I like to have a time. So.
So you can hop on flights. Yeah, got you.
All right. Okay, it is time to pop one of their balloons and see which one is your match.
I love Jesus too. I just want you to know that. I love that you said that. I'm here for it 100%.
I think he just popped the balloon because he knew she was going to pop the balloon. That's what I
I
think.
agree. Agreed. Agreed. No, man, and I think that's why the other guy next to him popped his too. They don't want to look like they let her do it, because then when they go back to the male groups, oh man, let her pop. They got to deal with the pressure that comes
Right.
from their peer groups, and then sometimes it can be pretty. It really messes with their idea. They're not solid in their manhood, so those little blows that come at them, they really affect them bad.
Right. Especially when it comes from somebody who they'd like to at least, sleep with, if not have a relationship with.
Yeah, he didn't want her to be the one to pop that balloon, because then it would have made, because he was still thirsty for
Yep.
her, so he had to hurry up and stop that now. You know. Wow. Hey, I think they seem like they would get along pretty good. DJ, tell me this though. What do you think of the being told no question?
Um, I find it kind of a weird question to ask somebody. I think basically it depends what context he's putting that in. He really didn't put it in context. Um, I guess they have that stereotype of women don't like to be told no, you know, and he's trying to run with it. I
I
wouldn't have
mean,
wasted, you
I'm
know,
sorry.
my,
Go ahead.
I wouldn't have wasted my voice on that asking that question. I wouldn't have wasted my radio time or whatever you call this YouTube time on asking that question because it's number one, it's too vague. Number two, um, I mean, it sounds like to me he wants to find out if he can control her.
Exactly, and that's what you see. That's the theme of it now. That they're so high strung. They don't want a partner.
Hmm.
They want to know if you understand that I'm going to be over you. I have a D and B's, and that licenses me to be over you. Do you understand this concept? And they introduce it in all kind of little colorful ways, and he's liking her, he's sizing her up, but hey, do you know, I'm going to be pulling the puppet strings here and telling you, can you understand that?
Right.
And that's he put a lot of, sprinkles on it or whatever, but he still slid it out there. I mean, I wonder if she would have said, no, I don't like being told no, would he have popped his balloon?
Right.
honestly.
Okay.
Sure.
So why'd you end up popping?
Honestly, I just wanted to hear what you had to say. You said you popped his balloon because you said he was like slim. I'm a pretty skinny dude too. Like you probably can't tell because of the jacket, but yeah, I'm a pretty slim guy. So like, yeah, I probably wouldn't be a good match for you.
Okay.
So is he right? Is he your type or?
I like your voice. That sounds nice.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Gerard, come on up here. Come on up, y'all. Let's head up here.
Why are you clapping?
So, any final questions between the two of you?
Yeah, I do have one question. So if I look on your Instagram, is it a lot of thirst traps? Are you showing a lot of skin, or
Do I look like I show a lot of skin?
I don't know. You never know these days.
No.
Okay.
Very covered. Follow me on Instagram.
Okay. You're good? Okay, well, with that being said, is it a yes for you for her?
I just don't like the way she just answered that. Pretty much.
What?
I really don't.
Oh. Ooh. Yes. You know what he did, right?
Break it down.
Basically what he did, he just like that one guy that pulled back in his wheelchair with his invalid butt in a wheelchair and still shamed that girl and let her fall on the ground. He just kind of took a hit for the team because his boys are disparaged there, and that she disparaged any of them. He went on and got all the way to the front and threw it under the bus. So he basically picked the males instead of the woman. He actually picked them and their egos. This is an act of solidarity, but they claim to want women. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
That's what
Exactly.
he just grandstanded, got to the front. I don't want you see. Oh, and he tried to trap her up. There was no way he really did that. Her answer, she said no, it was nothing on there. And why are you asking about her social media? This is so early.
Right.
About thirst traps. He
Do I look
tried
like I
to
show a lot of
insult her
skin?
I don't know.
immediately.
Yeah. See, he thought he was going to trap her with the thirst trap thing first. So when that didn't work, he just went ahead and popped the balloon anyway.
Yes. You see what we dealing with out here? The
Yeah.
dust is real. It comes in there's so many different packages. But look, she's got a whole wall of dust she just had to go through and end
Yeah.
up, I mean, he learned, he knew how to speak. I had even given him that. But as far as the performance, look, immediately, how you going to take something like that home? This is what we deal with. And unfortunately, a lot of times, we want companionship so bad that we end up taking, the red flags. They be little small little red flags, like the little umbrellas that come in your drink. But by the time you get done, they be like these, like these rural area people with Trump supporters with that big old flag coming off the back of their pickup. They be like that by the time it's over. It just
Hmm.
doesn't. And like I said, I wasn't alerted to him on this level. But look what he just did.
That was
And they
that was
tell
heck of
you
petty,
you
wasn't it?
wrong, you pick better. Yeah, how you pick better? Look at this. I
That
couldn't
that
tell
was
who would
petty.
have been better. Actually, I can't tell you.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is the funny part. We've seen worse. We've seen worse. We've reviewed worse than this, and that's how bad it is. Where these guys are not up to par yet. They're not. I don't think they're really ready for a relationship because they're too sensitive. For one, and petty. I'm gonna play the petty part over one more time. Here we go.
Head up here.
Why are you clapping?
So, any final questions between the two of you?
Yeah, I do have one question. So if I look on your Instagram, is it a lot of thirst traps? Are you showing a lot of skin, or
Do I look like I show a lot of skin?
I don't know. You never know these days.
No.
Okay.
Very covered. Follow me on Instagram.
Okay.
So what
You're good?
didn't
Okay,
he
well,
like?
with that being said, is it a yes for you for her?
I just don't like the way she just answered that.
See,
Yeah.
what didn't he like? What was bad and so disparaging about her answer? He
This
knew he
is
was
what
going to do that.
he didn't like it because she was 10 toes down on, hey, like how, not, she wasn't really saying, how dare you ask that question, though she would have been in her right to do that. But basically, he he wanted her to cowl down. Oh no, I would never do that. I would take the photos down and all that kind of stuff. And she kind of like was like, no, that's just not me. So he took one for the team.
He just wanted to, yeah, he just stood up for all those males, those disparaged males. And if they are so insecure with themselves and they just gotta look like they the man in front of all their male peers, you're never going anywhere like this, and you're not trying to really combine and be with a woman. If I mean, look at this energy. I mean,
Yeah.
this is so hopeless. This makes it really look bad. And I think our men have talked themselves out of a lot of relationships with, I'm glad we have the communication systems, YouTube and all this stuff like this, but it actually is turning around to actually have a really bad effect on males, coupled with the other things that they face, at this time, like the testosterone levels have dropped from being number one all the way down there close to the bottom. So they don't understand that they're operating in a feminine that they don't
Right.
know. Because they're not paying attention to any of that kind of stuff. But you can see it here. They're operating in such feminine ways. They getting attitudes and popping balloons. I just want somebody to look at me all the time. I mean, look at the attitudes that we're looking here. So while women have matured and moved forward and gain ground and then these things, but this is what we're being confronted with. This is
Right.
just sad.
Yeah, well, he did her a favor by doing that because at least she won't find out when it's too late.
Well, they
Pretty
stupid because they
much.
could have got a free date. They could have at least got a free date on the dating thing and left
Right.
each other alone. But
Right.
he wasn't smart. He had to prove with his whole chest that he's a man's man. He's impressing, and that's what men do a lot. They
Hmm.
impress other men, and
Yep.
that is tantamount to them. They will break up their own homes and families and things like that to be cheating. Like, man, she ain't got me like that. I got a side to keep up their impression amongst other men that they're not
Mm.
weak and they're not this and they're not that. They would tear this whole thing up. And so this is just another demonstration of his solidarity, his with men, with the black fist in the air, it did one for all of us type thing. And it's sad. Oh, it's so sad.
Yeah.
Got to take the N
I
off.
really
Take the N off. Male. No N for him.
don't.
What was wrong with how she answered it?
It was like do you like the way I just,
Do I like the what did I say?
it was the way you said that. You were like, do I look like
That was a good point. I mean, just she was really serious. Does she look like he does thirst traps? If you're gonna ask if you're gonna ask a rude-ish question, you should get a rude-ish answer. But he didn't want any of that. He didn't want that smoke. Because I'm not gonna ask nobody about no thirst trap pictures at all. Why would you do that? That's
He
crazy.
wanted to insult her. He had to demean her. That's what I'm saying. This is for the boys. He had to publicly do some type of dragging of her here. He couldn't just be a average gentleman's, oh, okay, and they go behind stage. He had, and see how right up, he made sure he got up there first. Because he wasn't saying none of that stuff when he was over there. He was tap dancing like a big red lip coon, you know what I mean? Like he
Hmm.
just tap dancing like Heckle and Jekyll, and then as soon as he knew it was him, look how the energy shifted.
Yep. You know something?
Oh
Why
yeah.
seeking knowledge? I think I'm going to do the next Dusty video. I think we'll do Men for Men, and we'll do a whole live stream just highlighting how they're protecting each other whilst destroying their chances at finding a wife. You know what I mean? Because that's what's
Mhm.
going on.
Oh, DJ, what are we gonna? I don't know. This we have a lot of things until we get men to realize. I mean, just like we're sitting here, kind of being analytical about what we see and
Hmm.
what type of things are going on. I'm quite sure that they probably have some that are doing the same things on their side, and they're just dragging. I mean, they're finding reasons to drag these women. So I don't see us coming together on things like that, and I don't understand, you know, why they can't see the obvious like we can.
Yep. That's why the next Dusties by the Dozen will be quotation men for men.
Exactly, Phoenix. So I think they'd be happier, but they just don't want to admit it. But then they act like they have the most problem with LBGTQRST rights and stuff like this. Um, when I think they'd be happy. I mean, they seem like they don't like hiding behind it.
Right.
You know, I think they'd be okay because I mean, if you want to tell the truth, physically, I mean, we can't do for them like they can do for each other. That's just plain and simple as that. You laughing, DJ?
That is true though,
That is a fact,
huh?
and I
Oh
hate to
man.
say it, but we can't. And they, so I think a part of their vitriol and their bitterness is the ones that they DL. They know it. They
Yeah.
know it, but they can't tell the world that they know it, and they can't go running, with their arms wide open to their brother man because that's not what the patriarchy. See, then they won't belong to the patriarchy that tells them they're the boss. See, this is a conflict
Right.
to them, so they can't have it all. So then we end up paying the price. I mean, you can't if you we got the highest femicide rate of any developed nation. The only thing trump us out is third world countries and the sticks or whatever in these countries. But we have the highest femicide rate, for black men over black women than any other developed nation in the world. I mean, you have to really hate somebody to do these things. You don't really love your women if this scenario is playing out for years and years at such levels like this. This is saying something really huge, but you can't get them to acknowledge this. I speak to guys back and forth, just blow them out the water, act like they've been living in a box, all these years, and they don't take time to pay attention to these facts.
Very true.
This is actionable by the FBI and the CIA. These levels are, they are in danger. These are these levels, but you know why they don't do it, right? And I had to tell them this too. The when you taking us out like this, that's like what 2,500 black women vote, black men don't.
Right.
So if you're a Republican, look at that. If they've been doing this for 5 years, that's what 3 times 5 is what is that? There's 15 thousand voters you done took out. So the Republicans eventually will win.
Yeah.
Listen, really, look at it. So why you think the FBI is not stepping in?
Right.
They're not. And we get to feed the penal system and take you out of it.
That's
And I mean,
true.
but they always acting like they know all the game and stuff. I'm sorry, it's just we kind of got there off of the dating show, but this is the basis of our relationships right here. Until we get this together and begin to rise, we ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, JG Music says, and they will stay the same because y'all keep trying with them even after everything they throw at you.
You
So
know
dot dot
what,
dot.
man? Quit victim blaming. I hate victim blamers. Don't do that. We are coming into a state of awareness at this point. Okay, we are doing that because we had nothing else to, but no, they convinced us nobody else wants us to. We're locked around this demographic. It ain't like we can go freetailing all off into the suburbs every week and all our friends are white and we had all this exposure. Look, we're segregated where we live and where we get to go to school. Everything, we're segregated with these monsters. So it ain't like we had exposure to everybody else. It ain't like we get to vacation in Spain and stuff. We're segregated into the hoods with these things. Okay, so and it's like that's what we had exposure to, and we know that there's oppression. We know we go through it and we suffer it and things as well. So since we're doing it, we listen to them. You're up in the white man. We know it is because we suffer it. Too. So we're the ones that's not saying, get out of here. There's no racism. We don't say that because we live it and we know it exists too. But we've given them too much credit. And we've been giving them back and we still have hopeful feelings for them. We still got this hope and this wish and this prayer, and we believe them. You know, we and black men hate when I say that to them too. You mean to tell, well, oh, not all black men and all this kind of stuff like that. But so you mean to tell what you should have chose better? You mean to tell me that we should just look at you then and just say, ain't none of y'all no good, and don't give none of y'all no chance. Period. We should ever. Our race would have been dead. Our race would have not survived at all had we done that. But what you're telling me is that in order for us to choose better, we should just never have any soft spot for y'all. We should never feel like y'all could do better. We should never just have any energy that overrides, you know what I mean? Forgiving you. When you cheated, we should have just threw you in the garbage. When you did it, we should have just gave up on you like the rest of the world. The black woman has stayed there when the rest of the world hates the black man. And this is how we get repaid for it.
Well
I
said.
mean, you can't make this up.
True.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Tirade.
Here
Sorry.
we go.
Go ahead.
Right, because she was wondering why you asked that question.
Like that.
I mean, you don't present like that, but I feel like it was a reasonable question in
No, not the way he said it in a condescending way.
today's society. I just don't like how you.
I can't wait
Yeah.
till you see it.
All right, well, let me have you head on back. I thought we were there.
See how the guys like giving him the affirmation look and patting him on the back, you know, and he's all smiling like, yeah, see, I got her. And then he's gonna have to go home and use some lotion. Good for him, you know. Good for him.
Yeah.
You know, no wife, no nothing.
He wanted to impress his guys. They got it dragged, and they gotten so used to this.
They're
because
not guys. They're not guys. They're not guys. They're his boyfriends. Come on, you got. No, it's more than just a. It's just more than just a guy. It's his soulmates. You know. It's his soulmate.
Right, you're right, because it does do something for. Apparently, it does do something for their libido.
Yeah.
To have the approval of them that he would even look at. I mean, Miss Thick, she did like 2 Snickers. I don't think she 1 Snicker. She like thicker than 2 Snickers right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For them to look and to throw it, they're gonna show the woman, you know, and for him to have to just try to drag her, he couldn't resist it. And he wasn't getting off this thing until he dragged her some kind of way.
Exactly.
He had to do it. So this was just a representation for men. This was just a we drag that. We ain't no value to that. And this is showing the world that we have no value. I mean, and this is what they do. This is like their big deflection mode to try to convince the whole world that we really aren't anything.
Right.
So
And he doesn't understand that he just proved to everybody that he's a manipulator and a manipulator basically, which
and
is
a deceiver.
yeah, a manipulator and a deceiver. Look at you can see this guy here all grinning and stuff. Like this is why I do what I do, because to see men attack, you know, yes, they were civilized about it. They still attacked her though. So
Yeah, so none of them got her, and they love that he just browbeated her. You know what I mean? And had a little mini drag of her, and then walked off and left. So what? What does that prove? He king of the jungle. I mean, they fight the black males. They are really. I don't know what to say about them. They are definitely something to study.
And the fact that they did that shows you that they're giving you a false representation of themselves. This is not who they really are. They are not really this mature or this civilized in real life. What I mean is, as soon as the camera goes off and they're back in their respective locations, they probably act straight up like some Kevin Samuelites. We know that. They're, you know, what you want, that kind of stuff. This is the very best they behaved probably in a very long time. But it just goes to show you that if you wait long enough, you will see the real person come out. And we got to see it in one show.
That's mine or yours? That's mine. Sorry about that. Yeah. I mean, this is how they this is what we go through. They're very deceptive, but we always had the heart that we believe them. We're coming into an awakening now. You know, so I hate people that really victim blame and go through these things. Well, y'all took it, y'all did. Just be quiet. I can't stand that kind of thing. You know. But right now, we are starting to see that has really been to our detriment. Why wouldn't you think you could trust your uncle, your son, your brother, your cousins, all these men we've been stuck with, feel they gave birth to, that have passed through our wombs? We've been the only thing that have really tried to pour into them and love them. We had never gave up faith on them. But instead, look at what we're getting back from them. And these are men, well, males. We got to take the N off them. These are
Exactly.
males. Our males. I don't care. I guess ain't none of mine. Everybody said it's smart stuff. I'm just be quiet. We are all melanated and we are all put into the same classes together. We waddling in the waters. We waving through the waters under the same conditions because we are melanated. Okay, but for us to get this type of thing from them, and this is so traitorous. You know what I mean? They are just traitors to
Right.
themselves and to us. We'll never go anywhere, and if they don't see any fault in it, any fault at all. Yeah, there you go, Phoenix. Until they evolve, yeah, they don't deserve. And I was telling somebody about that too. The patriarchal system actually makes men think they deserve a woman. You know, if you ever watch
Mhm.
the nation shows and things like that, man, them men run and cheat and stuff all day. Everybody don't get no snatch. Nah.
And now look at him though. He's actually
They
enjoyed that more than the prospect of going to dinner with a beautiful young lady right here. That's
they all
creepy
did.
and scary to me.
Look at all them smiling back there. Look, they love that he dragged her. Just look, because they couldn't get it. He did what I told you for the boys. He
I
did that
mean,
for them.
yeah, I
He
mean,
wants their. He wants to gratify them. He wants to lift them more than he does that female.
right. It's
Yeah,
yep, I
this is where
mean,
we are now.
that's crazy. But
Can we
Leah, look,
leave? Can we? How do
I
we
gotta
get
play
out of
this
here?
again. Don't worry, you can talk because I'm just gonna mute it because we'll see everything.
Mm, go ahead.
Watch this. Watch this. I mean, we don't even have to play words to it. So we know that he's disrespecting her, right?
But look right away. Look how he's standing. Look how he stands. He ain't sweet like he was. Look how he looking.
Yeah,
Look how his energy. Look at it. Look his energy. It don't look nothing like it did when he was back there in the row.
right.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna find fault with you. You just saying nothing. See what I'm saying? You know, she didn't answer that question wrong. He knew he was gonna do that when he went up there.
Yep. I
Yeah, he
guarantee
took
you. I
more.
guarantee you. I smell DV. That's all I can say. Watch. He enjoyed. I mean, he's probably got to run to the bathroom right now because he's just about to bust one because of that. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, these dudes are weird these days. They are weird. I'm starting to understand them. I mean, see, I'm a bit older, so I haven't went through their generation, but this is the generation where they can literally get off on disrespecting women, and this is a
Mhm.
perfect example. That he is getting almost as much pleasure as he would from an
Engaging with her.
right, exactly,
Mhm.
exactly, and now he gets
Mhm.
to show off to all his boyfriends too.
He
And
probably can
this is
start a podcast now, and they've been able to over stupid stuff they've said. It's a lot of men that got lucrative podcasts. They are for disrespecting women the just the right
mhm.
way that all the men like it.
Oh, it's not just some men. I did a little study of this on Black YouTube. Um, Bashing black women is the number one genre.
Moneymaker.
It's the number one genre. There's nothing other bigger than it. Name a black genre. It's not building the community. They only get like 1 or 200 people in those kind of communities. It's not anything on the woman's side. There's nothing. But when you start looking at the Kevin Samuelites and the Red Pill and the Dr. Umars, all of a sudden the numbers just pop. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of people on these channels, of hungry, broken men. Okay. Hungry, broken men. It is the number one genre. There is no other genre bigger than that. Not even, you think, well, Cynthia G. No, Cynthia G does not have nearly the pull of these evil other channels.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and Cynthia G is about as big as it gets for I guess you could say BWE / women empowerment / defense against bandits / if you know what I mean. And I did some digging. I went to a lot of these male channels, and some are mixed in with sports a little bit, some aren't. You got Cam Newton and everything. These guys are making huge money. And look at him. You got Cam Newton. We know about his misogyny, right? Then you go over there to that what's his name? That comedian, the ugly one. What was his name?
So many.
Holcomb, Corey Holcomb. He's big. Then of course you got Charleston White. These guys got huge platforms feeding these poor, weak men that are willing to do anything for a smile. It's look at him. He just turned down a beautiful woman who was respectful to him to impress his boyfriends. You can't make that shit up.
DJ, this is very serious. And I realize this. I mean, because I'm trying to make heads or tails of this stuff too. But if you look at it, this is a very serious issue that black males face. The image of the black man is just so decrepit and is so, I mean, look how they have proven themselves to the world with the high incarceration rates, the low education, the lack of them thinking, the failure to hold family structures, I remember young men in school getting criticized for being, oh, he's just a nerd, dog. Just make him feel an inch shorter in his pants. Anytime a man does something, a male does something good, this always these dusties word that can always chop them down. So men have been gravitating to this negative, toxic masculinity. They've been gravitating toward it. It's a trick of the mind for them. So now, after generations and generations and generations, to be seen as anything viable, this is what they must do. They must convince the world that it was all us. Any problem they have, it was because they raised us as we raised them, and it's all really us. Why they did anything bad. So now they trying to get in with this patriarchal structure. They trying to slide in and say, look, it was her. It was her look. She dirtied this, yep. And they trying to slide in and understand their race is not gonna make it their friends. And they want us down so bad that they coddling the white man, trying to get them to bring us down. Stop Goldman Sachs contributing, pull out because they weren't taking advantage of the DEIs and things like this anyway, because they won't go to school to even to be able to take advantage of none of the stuff. So since we did, they want to make sure they want to side, pillow talk with him to slide the rug out from under us. To think we're gonna try to come back to this. Okay, so their image has gotten so bad that there's nothing that they can do but claim, unity with each other, and this is how they're going to pick away and at least convince, because both of us are on the bottom. But with the strides of the black woman, it just goes no doubt that she's on top of him. Period, and the whole world sees this. So out of this desperation, what can they? I mean, with their every waking breath, they just have to let the world know that this woman ain't. So how do you do that? By any means necessary. You got Dusty's on podcast 24 hours a day, screaming. And for them, a lot of these men know that they ain't crap. No, they know they don't want to be crap. They know they got babies they ain't take care of. They know that they cheated on a woman, and they know that they don't want to put effort into a relationship. They don't want to do that, So what they got this base telling them that everything in their mind, yep, it's not you. It was her. Yeah, she's full of crap. Oh, that woman, you right, and you right all the time. You have no fault. You have no fault. Psychologically, they like hearing this. They like hearing it. Like I
Yep.
said, they have sunk in place. So where can I find this? All the, it's psychological. So basically, they kind of just all gone. Mentally, they're gone. So they drive into that. I mean, if you're gonna tell me I'm the best and I don't have no fault in nothing, I got you to tell me this every day. That's better than a woman telling you, baby, oh, you fine. It's that they have sacrificed that. They're not chasing that. Look, she walked away from Miss Thicker than a Sticker. Look.
Yep.
But what he prefers more is the caress, to that male ego of other men, what they're going to give him for him doing that. He probably
Right.
did that to Woody on the way to the bathroom right now.
That's probably true.
Mhm.
And something. I need to screen grab this, and I'll tell you why. This picture tells us everything we need to know. It. Let me see what I can do. What is that? I forgot what I was looking for. I'll have to. I'll grab it later. But definitely need to put this up somewhere because he's walking away from a perfectly beautiful, intelligent young lady. Maybe maybe this is the Diddy Club too. Because remember now, Diddy is a role model to a lot of these men. And them finding out what he did, I guarantee you, probably didn't even move the needles in a lot of their in the way they think about Diddy. I'm telling you, it's that bad. So he's probably go, man, yeah. Hey, man, you look pretty good. Yeah, I got her good. I got her real good, didn't I? Yeah. Man, you kind of looking good yourself. Hey, well, I found a bathroom back here. Got a lock on it, bro. Let's go. That's probably what he's thinking right now. That's probably what he's thinking. I'm telling you.
I mean, black women have been taking plenty hits against them. That's how they feel. You
Mm-hmm.
know, how dare she walk away? How dare she won't let me? I mean, you listen to them talk, she won't let me see my kids, and she won't just let me cheat endlessly, and now she trying to won't let me be the head of the family, and not, So for them, all these this is a little victory for him right
Right.
here. And they can drag us in any way they do that. I mean, and it doesn't have to be a personal thing. It's not personal. It's just anything that's a double X and is black is fair game. And they haven't looked to do right by us or be right by us. I mean, for generations and generations, they haven't. They're too lazy to be men. And I was telling my friend Stanford that the other day. Listen, they don't want to raise the bar. I said, when you're a good man, look at Russell. What was his name? Russell Wilson. Why is he a simp? Why is he a F? And why is he a P? To them. Why do they make sure they get on podcasts every day and demean this man and bring him down and talk about him for doing what men do? I said, because this man has a potential to raise the bar. And these men are
Mm-hmm.
so lazy. That's why. He will
Yeah.
raise the bar. So they actually say the opposite about him because then they might all be expected to perform this way. And they can't have that. So they gotta destroy. He's a target. Oh, he a simp. He a that's why he ain't no man. They gotta flip it around the other way. So then we all can keep being lazy, mistreating our wives, mistreating our girlfriends, leaving our children, abandoning all our children. We can keep on doing that because this man, him doing this, somebody might actually require us to. These women might think that we should actually raise the bar on how we treat them.
Right.
That's a
Is it?
shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's how manipulative these things are, and this is how set they are in their dysfunction. I don't see them wanting to leave out of it. Look at what lengths they're going to stay in it. Look at what they're paying these podcasters to sing these sweet melodies to their ears that they have no fault. And I'll admit, as faulty as they are, as they've been the destruction of our race for generations. But they got somebody to blend just to sing these sweet melodies. They sending money out to these podcast makers.
Mm-hmm.
Not going nowhere to sing these lullabies on how they had it not at fault and it's all somebody else's fault. To psychologically just plug in and stroke their soul. That's more than I guess that's way more than we can do for them. They prefer that over us. We
Yeah.
ain't nothing back to them because we got responsibility attached to us and accountability. Oh, who would want that?
Well said. Well said. Yep. Tanya said something. She said, where did I put Tanya's message? Yeah. Tanya says it looked like they watched Cam Newton and Corey Holcomb before they came on the show. And that's probably what they did. I mean, I guarantee you. I mean, it's one thing to be. I would have like said, okay, well, maybe he just didn't. You know, he. I mean, this is evil what he did. Really, it's one thing if he was like, well, I just didn't like the way she replied to me, whatever, right? Okay, that's one level. But he went to the next level of what you see here on the screen. Look at him just smiling because he hurt her feelings. That's what he's smiling about. Because he hurt her feelings and he dissed her on national, basically TV. And this is what women get to look forward to. Anyway, I think we said enough. I'm gonna let this guy walk off, and then we'll call it a night. I'm trying to make these a little shorter so they're a little bit easier to digest, these live streams. But here we go.
Okay.
Yep. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he preferred his men over her for a romantic getaway. This is DJ Torch, and I'm out of here. YC Condolences. You have a nice evening. I'm not even going to play no music tonight. I'm just going to go out like this because I want people to kind of think about it. He went out like a champ to his boyfriends.
Look how he's looking at her. Look at that stance.
Yeah.
He already knows what he's gonna do. He already look. He's squaring her up with his eyes. He already know he gonna bash her. And the dude, look at the front dude in the green. Look, they enjoying it.
Yeah.
Oh, they just loving it. They probably all go and have a big what do you call that in the back?
Yeah.
A Diddy party.
Yep, straight up. But by the way, since you mentioned the Diddy party, everybody, we got another the underbelly of hip hop, including Diddy's mom. We're going to go over Diddy's mom's conversation, and some more good stuff. Whatever's latest on Diddy, we're going to be doing that. I think I'll do that. Well, tomorrow's for Friday, right? Probably Saturday, I think, but maybe tomorrow. I'll see. I'll see how I feel. I want to get up.
Hey, whenever I got my notifications there.
Right on.
I got them on. I definitely have them on. Thanks, DJ, for having us. This where we can, go through all of these type of things and see what we dealing with.
Yeah, that's what it's here for. Everybody, don't forget to hit the like on your way out. This is DJ Torch, and I'm out of here.